The Creeper. Every 23rd spring, for 23 days, the creeper awakens and feeds. No one knows exactly what it is: demon, ancient monster, or something worse. What's certain is its hunger for human body parts, which it uses to replace its own rotting flesh, keeping itself alive and even stronger. No prayer, no weapon, no plea can stop the creeper once it decides it wants you. Your only hope? That it doesn't smell something it likes. Because once it does, you're already his. It was just another country drive for siblings Trish and Derry, until they witnessed the creeper dumping a blood-soaked body down a pipe. Curiosity led them straight into its hunting grounds. The creeper's pursuit was cold, calculated, smelling their fear, choosing its prey like a butcher inspecting meat. When Derry was finally taken, it wasn't a fight. It was a harvest. Pennywise? In the cursed town of Derry, Pennywise is more than a clown. It's a timeless entity feeding on the deepest, darkest fears of children. Its true form is something ancient and cosmic, but it prefers the face of a clown to lure the innocent close. Long before the Losers Club fought it, Pennywise awoke in 1715, bringing waves of terror and death every 27 years. Derry's missing children, the forgotten tragedies, they all trace back to it, lurking beneath the town like a rotting heart. The defining moment of its horror, Georgie Denbrough's death. A simple paper boat swept down a drain led to a chilling encounter, where Pennywise's razor teeth shredded any illusion of safety. One summer, 7 kids, the Losers Club, stood against him. They heard it, yes, but they didn't defeat it. Decades later, Pennywise returns stronger, hungrier, crueler. One child floats in the sewers, his body a broken puppet, his soul devoured by an evil that laughs even as it slaughters. You don't just fear Pennywise, you feed it. Because the more you're afraid, the stronger it becomes. And in Derry, fear is endless. The Thing. Buried beneath Antarctica's ice for thousands of years, the Thing isn't just a creature, it's a parasite without form or mercy. It infects, imitates, and annihilates, perfectly copying its victims down to the smallest twitch. Friends, teammates, even lovers, none can be trusted once the Thing is loose. Paranoia becomes a weapon, and isolation seals your fate. At Outpost 31, a research team unknowingly awakens the nightmare. One by one, their numbers dwindle, not through violence at first, but through suspicion, mistrust, and quiet terror. A blood test gone wrong exposes the Thing mid-transformation, a writhing, screaming abomination that tears through the team before they even react. The worst part? You never see it coming. A smile, a handshake, a familiar face, and inside something alien watches, waiting to strike. Fighting the Thing isn't survival. It's a countdown you don't even know you've lost yet. Nemesis. Nemesis wasn't born. It was built. A hulking bioweapon forged in Umbrella Corporation's darkest labs, stripped of humanity and programmed with a single mission: hunt and eliminate all STARS members. Cloaked in black leather, its towering frame hides the relentless intelligence behind its rotting flesh, and when it locks onto you, there's no place to run, no hope of escape. Raccoon City became Nemesis's hunting ground. It turned narrow streets into slaughterhouses, tracking its targets with chilling precision. Even when survivors fought back with everything they had, guns, explosives, fire, Nemesis adapted, mutated, and returned stronger every time. One brutal moment defines it. After being engulfed in an inferno, it simply walked out of the flames, launching a missile straight through its prey. You don't beat Nemesis. You delay it, and every second you survive only makes it angrier. The Xenomorph? Born from nightmare and perfected by evolution, the Xenomorph isn't just a predator, it's a living weapon. Acid blood, razor-sharp claws, and an eerie, insect-like intelligence make it the ultimate hunter. But what makes it truly terrifying is its origin. It begins inside you. A facehugger latches on, planting a seed of death that violently bursts free when you least expect it. The crew of the Nostromo learned this horror firsthand. Trapped in the cold vastness of space, they were hunted one by one in a silent, claustrophobic nightmare. No alarms, no grand battles, just the soft scuttling in the dark, a glimpse of shining teeth, and then nothing. The Xenomorph doesn't kill for survival. It kills because it's perfect at it. You don't get a warning. You don't get a second chance. In the void of space, no one can hear you scream, and no one can save you. Death Angels. In a world fallen silent, the Death Angels reign supreme. Monsters born from the stars, with armor like skin and hypersensitive hearing that turns even a whisper into a death sentence. They didn't come to invade. They came to hunt, stripping humanity of its greatest weapon, communication. Their origin traces back to a meteor crash, unleashing these brutal apex predators with no eyes, no mercy, only an unrelenting instinct to kill anything that makes noise. Within months, civilization crumbled into terrified silence. The moment that etched their invincibility, when armed forces tried and failed to contain them. Bullets, bombs, nothing pierced their armor. Entire cities fell not because humans lacked weapons, but because these creatures evolved past them. You don't challenge the Death Angels. You adapt, you survive, or you die unheard. In their world, sound is death, and silence is survival. Candyman. Say his name 5 times into a mirror, and you invite death. Born from a brutal tragedy, Candyman isn't just a ghost. He's vengeance given form. Once Daniel Robitaille, a talented black artist in the 19th century, he was tortured and murdered by a racist mob for loving a white woman. His hands severed, his body smeared with honey to attract bees, he died in agony. But death was only the beginning. Now he's an urban legend. Whisper his name 5 times into a mirror, and he appears, not to scare you, but to rip you apart. A bloody reminder that pain and injustice never die. His most chilling act, the mass hysteria at Cabrini Green, where belief alone summons slaughter. Fear keeps Candyman alive, and every whisper, every fearful glance feeds his legend. You don't survive Candyman. You either deny him, or you become part of his story forever. The Predator. On distant worlds, or sometimes our own, the Predator comes not to conquer, but to hunt. Deep in the jungles of Central America, the Predator hunts, not for survival, but for sport. These alien warriors, the Yautja, travel galaxies to find worthy prey, guided by a brutal code of honor. They're not mindless beasts, they're master tacticians, blending advanced technology with primal instinct. Their origins lie on a distant world, where strength defines worth, and the hunt is sacred. They don't kill the weak. They seek the strongest, the most cunning, the deadliest, the defining moment of their dominance. The original encounter with Dutch's elite team. Despite being heavily armed and battle-hardened, they were picked off one by one, invisible against the trees, powerless against a creature that saw them as mere trophies. Against the Predator, it's not just strength that matters, it's survival instinct. And most times, even that isn't enough. The Slender Man. In the Forgotten Woods, whispers tell of Slender Man, a towering, faceless entity dressed in black, whose presence twists reality itself. He doesn't speak, doesn't run. He waits, patient and still, while dread grows like a tumor in his victim's mind. Born from collective fear and digital folklore, Slender Man evolved beyond fiction into something mythic, feeding off belief itself. Legends claim he preys on the young and the weak-minded, dragging them into the woods, never to be seen again. One chilling incident that sealed his legend? The 2014 real-world stabbing, where two girls under his imagined influence almost sacrificed a friend, proof that sometimes the monster isn't just in the woods. It's already in your head. You forget him, or he never forgets you. SCP-096. Deep beneath classified facilities, SCP-96 waits. A pale, emaciated figure who only wants to be left unseen. But look at its face, even by accident, and you've sealed your own fate. No force on Earth can save you once you do. Once a docile, silent creature, SCP-96 became a nightmare through humanity's own curiosity. Scientists studying it learned too late. The second someone glimpses its face, live, photo, or video, 096 erupts into an unstoppable screaming rage, sprinting across any distance to rip the viewer apart. One horrifying incident, a satellite accidentally captured 096's face. Within hours, it annihilated an entire Arctic expedition team, one by one, despite them being continents away. There's no defense, no negotiation. The only mercy SCP-96 offers is death, and even that comes too late. So, that's it for Part 1. Tell me which villain you think you could survive. See ya. Thanks for watching.